It is January 15th, 2021. I made the mistake in the last video saying it was 2020, but I mean, I'm sure you guys all can relate. Beginning of the year, we all do that. Had some people comment about me calling a muzzle. Had some other people comment about some other things. I want to clarify, first and foremost, I love all of you. I said this in the last video. I have genuine love from the core of my being for every single being. I don't even kill insects in my house. I literally pick them up and I put them outside. I have unwavering love for all of you. I don't care if you're my worst enemy or my best friend. I love you because if you are mad at me, I understand that that's a lot of lessons for you. I'm reflecting something for you to get angry about so you can see what's wounded inside of you. That being said, what's going on in our world today with people putting scarves over their face or N95 masks or whatever they're doing with they're muzzling themselves, disconnecting themselves from humans, from their fellow human beings. The people telling us to do this are the very people who are genetically modifying our food. They're putting fluoride in our water. They're putting chlorine in our water. They're putting chromium in our water. They are putting pesticides on the food and in the food with genetic modification. These are the same people who are putting fluoride in our toothpaste. Not the good fluoride. Calcium fluoride's a good kind. They're not putting that kind in there. They are also putting aluminum in our deodorant. They're putting aspartame in the diet beverages and diet foods. Above 88 degrees, aspartame turns into formaldehyde. I have a quick, right here actually. This is a set of hardware. See this rod? Here's the end of it. Here's the other end of it. That was in my spine. See, these hardware, let me pull out I can't open them up. Hold on. There's a better way to look at it. So these hardware screws, let's get this one. Where's a pen? Give you guys a quick scale reference. Here's a pen. There's that screw. I had 23 screws the last time. This set there was 23 that came out of my body. This screw was ripping out of my back like a screw in drywall. Every time I moved, I sneezed, etc., etc. This is the third set of rods that was in my spine. Now, when I got it, it came in a bag. The nurse told me, can't take them out of the bag. My dad taught me can't means won't. So I never say I can't do something. I choose to either do it or not do it. It's not like you can't. That's self-defeating already. But that being said, I asked her why. Why do you say I'm not allowed to take these out of the bag? She's like, well, it's a biohazard. It's got formaldehyde in there. They clean them and put formaldehyde on there to kill anything, any pathogens. I was like, okay, well, that means they're clean. She says, well, formaldehyde is carcinogenic, causes cancer, which I know from my research means it's acidic. It's a non-harmonious vibration that when applied to your vibration of your body, just like putting an electric guitar in a string orchestra, it's going to sound funny. It's not going to resonate right. So when you're putting formaldehyde in your body or on your body, you're touching it, it's cancerous. It can damage your body. All cancer is your cells dividing incorrectly. There's a lack of oxygen. There's a lack of electrical charge. There are unharmonious vibrations affecting your frequency that makes your cells divide inaccurately or out of balance. So it's nothing to fear. It's just something to be aware of, learn how to deal with it. How do you deal with it? Well, instead of adding the unharmonious vibrations, you add the good vibrations. All that there, formaldehyde on those screws, they wouldn't let me take out of that bag. And she says it's cancerous. So I said, okay, well, do you know that aspartame turns into formaldehyde above 88 degrees? She's like, oh, yeah, I'm sure. I heard of that. So when I got my cup of Jello, when I was in the hospital getting those rods taken out of my back, one of the ingredients was aspartame. I told the nurse, I was like, do you realize you're giving me formaldehyde? She's like, no, that's aspartame. I'm like, above 88 degrees, which is anyone alive, your body's at 98.6, hopefully, it turns into formaldehyde. So therefore, you are literally giving me food to embalm my body and cause cancer and desiccate the flesh that is in my body. So why on earth would we worry about our health in terms of wearing masks, putting a muzzle on ourselves, to prevent a virus spreading, but we're eating formaldehyde in diet beverages. Look at your diet pops. Any diet pop you have, formaldehyde, aspartame. Why would we wear masks and use cleaners and stuff if we're eating genetically modified food that has Roundup in it? Why would we worry about social distancing, social security, it's the Nazis still. They're still around. They didn't go away. But why would we have to distance ourselves 6 feet if we're eating the very poison causing us to get sick? Do you see what's happening? We are considered herd animals by the people who are telling us to wear a muzzle. This is why I don't like them, and this is why I don't wear them. Because I know the coronavirus, or pretty much most of these viruses they're talking about, are 80 to 120 nanometers in size. That's essentially going through that mask like a mosquito in a chain link fence. And that's what's actually happening. That's what's actually happening with these viruses and wearing these muzzles. The bug goes right through it. I mean, if you saw your neighbor putting up a chain link fence over their yard and hey, buddy, what are you doing? Oh, I'm getting rid of the mosquitoes. They're getting in the yard. You're not going to mimic that. You're not going to say, oh, yeah, it sounds like a great idea. Let me put one up in my yard. And if you do, that's another argument, another day, another video. But I choose to, instead of muzzling myself and dehumanizing myself and social distancing myself from my fellow companion humans, the beautiful souls out here that we're designed to work together with, instead of doing all that, I look at I go to the source. What am I eating? What am I drinking? What am I thinking? What am I feeling? That is how you heal. That is how Christ became immune to disease. That's how Christ walks on water. And it's you can think what you want, but that's literally what Christ did, perfecting the sacred oil in your spine by not drinking alcohol, overindulging in alcohol. I don't know what the actual limit is. Everyone's different. I'm not judging anybody, but overindulging in anything. If you're gluttonous, eating a lot of processed sugars and stuff, if you're drinking and over-consuming alcohol, other lusts and desires, if you're overdoing those, you're damaging the oil in your spine. But when you perfect that oil in your spine by living in moderation, living in peace and in union with Christ, that oil activates, which then activates your brain, which then allows you to manifest, which allows you to intuitively pick up information and communicate with others, show your love to others. That's what they're trying to stop. That's what these people on TV telling you to muzzle yourself and stay 6 feet apart are trying to stop. They know how powerful you are. Every single one of you. White, brown, black, green, gray, doesn't matter. What religion, what race, what gender, it doesn't matter. Every one of you has that connection to source within your heart. And the more you let other people tell you, you need to do this, you have to do that, you're not relying on that source given power, you're distancing yourself from it. You're putting in a shell, an illusion, a middleman between it. And that's what this is about. This is about disconnecting you from your God-given source. That's what they're trying to do. When you use antibacterial stuff on your hands, like I'm not going to name names, but all these gels that you see at all the counters everywhere now, and then you eat food, you're killing all the gut bacteria in your body that's designed it's your immune system. It's designed to help you. So everything they're telling you to do is defeating the very thing that you're trying to do, is make yourself healthier. Instead of saying, hey, let's stop eating fast food and drink good spring water and eat plants that are organic, not sprayed with chemicals and poisons. If you do that, you can be healthier than you've ever been. And I know this from experience. This isn't just me talking nonsense and not trying it. I've been living this life for years now, because doctors, instead of saying, hey, how's your diet? How's your food? How's your lifestyle? What are you thinking? What are your emotions you're carrying? Do you feel like you're carrying the burden of those around you and the weight of the world on you because you see things that others don't see? Instead of doing that, they just say, oh, you know what? We got a solution for you. It's a great solution because we can make a lot of money off of it, and you're going to keep coming back to us. We're going to just screw your back together and tell you to go home and take some drugs. What? That is not how the body works. That's how maybe a car works, You could just replace parts and hopefully get lucky and fix it, but not the human vessel. The human vessel is so much more elaborate than that. And if you really want to ever heal your body completely, you need to get to the source. First off, right here, the source in your heart, your emotions, and your thoughts. And that's how you heal. And then you look at what you're eating, drinking, breathing, and doing. I love you all. Please be well. And stand up for yourself, for your source within.